Okay, I got everything set up. So welcome to BeepBox Radio, episode 135. Title so long that it breaks out of the layout. So we'll, of course, like always, we'll be just looking at some songs to listen to, and yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't realize it was time to stream until like literally 4 p. I saw the clock and I was like, oh no. So yeah, if things seem like a little spontaneous and just be figuring things out like as I go along, that's why I have not planned a thing today. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at some songs, and the first song of today is called "At Last" by TotalNormalFry. The description states, made today, and actually let me look at what today is supposed to be. Let me open up the sheet. So today, I assume it'd probably be like a couple weeks ago. Let me continue the description. Decided to really try and focus. Okay. Uh, if Total Normal Fry is in the chat, then could you say when the song was made so then I don't have to go look for it? Anyways, yeah, let's just listen to the song, I suppose. Okay, that was At Last. If you're wondering why I was worried about the dates, because the description said made today, and today is not June 23rd of 2025, so that's why. Anyways, we shall be moving on to the next song, which I need to get the name for, which is right here. Funny enough, I think a lot of these songs don't really have very long descriptions, so we're not going to be reading all that much today. This one's called Psychodin by Chromosoze. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. The description states, I made most of this song 2 years ago. It kind of has charm to it. Well, your old songs usually have a bit of charm, even if they're made with a little bit less experience. So I hope that people will enjoy this one. And let's get started, I suppose. Okay, that was Psychodin. Um, I absolutely forgot to put the list of songs for what today's episode is in the BB Radio channel. So you can look at what we're going to be looking at today there. Anyways, the next song is called, I have to get the title. It's actually really long. Might end up clipping the thing. Let's see. Well, the title's already doing that, so I don't care. Yep. So the title is Song That Might Play for a Mediocre Racing Game by DamageLoL. We shall be looking at this. Does this have a description? It does. first original track I've made. I wouldn't say it's anything particularly special. There's a lot of songs about racing in this stream, surprisingly. It's not really a racing theme, kind of, though. It's just like, there's like 3 or 4 songs there about races, which is kind of funny. So, yeah, let's get listening to this. That was good. I feel like the title is a bit misleading. It's definitely, I wouldn't say that was a song for a mediocre racing game. But that was good. So yeah, let's give it credit where credit is due. I didn't actually get to listen to that song beforehand because the samples weren't loading and I had to like panic, but I managed to get it working. So obviously because I played it. But yeah, we're going to be moving on to the next song. There's a lot of them today. I made it so there's 17 because there's like 3 songs in here that's like 30 seconds long. This next song is called The Thing by Dragon Coder. There's a lot of Dragon Coder songs in this stream. There's like 5, I think. 4 or 5 by the same person. Not really something I care to do all that much because I want there to be a bit more variety, but what can I do? Anyways, the description states, it is meant to be looped indefinitely, so just pause it at some point. Well, and I don't ever have the looping on in Song Player, so it's not like it will loop. So let's just play this, I guess. Ah, yeah, okay. Definitely can see it was supposed to loop, but who cares? It's BB Radio. I make the rules. That was pretty good. I don't know what to say, to be honest. Next song is Kelpy G Smooth Jazz by White 270 no 2570. I cannot read. There's no description for this one, so like just read what White's saying in the chat. Let me actually put it on the song. So yeah. BeepBox! Let's listen to it. Okay, that was actually pretty short. I will say this though, that was not jazz chords, but I don't think you really need jazz chords to make a jazz song as long as the song still has that same vibe. But you won't believe how long I've just you won't believe how long I've just set it to loop. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. This was like what, like a minute? Yeah. Anyways, let's go to the next song. That would be, I need to copy the title. It's a cover song, so let's hope I don't get clapped. It is a cover song of Future Retro by Wayne Lytle, and the cover was made by Dragon Coder 047. I don't think there's a description. Oh, there is. Okay. I might have botched the end because I'm tired. It's based on Jesse Sky's transcription here, and it includes a link to like a MuseScore thing, so this is definitely just like, heavy referencing. But I don't really care because this is BeepBox Radio, and we're not judging the songs, we're listening to the songs. So, let's see. Yeah, let's just listen to this. Okay, that was Future Retro. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not the biggest fan of using My Die in songs, though that's because I have a long-standing history, long-standing as a like that's being sarcastic, but I have a bit of a history with the like BeepBox Discord's like judging sheets since I am a judge there. I've judged over 200 songs. Any songs that use like My Die or MuseScore feel somewhat like cheating because most songs that are uploaded there, like, you know, that are posted there, are done completely by ear. So having a reference, like, outside of just doing, like, you know, the more harder, I don't know if it's pronounced MIDI or My Die, or I say My Die. But, yeah, pronounced, like, not, I can't speak now. Um, Pretty much just, like, I'm not, like, most songs I make are, you know, original songs, so I don't ever use them. But, uh, yeah, it's kind of weird for me to hear a My Die song because there are definitely more ways I prefer making songs. But I don't think it really matters here because we're not here to, you know, judge the songs or really critique them or anything. We're just here to look at them and listen to them and have fun, you know? Anyways, the next song is His Racing Thoughts. See, this is the next racing song. Um, this one's an ultrabox. I don't think it has any samples, so we don't have to worry about that. Description states, and here is another one. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait, this was the second one that was uploaded. The first one was later on into the video. Whoopsie. Let's read the description anyways. And here's the other one. I had some fun with the PWM and arpeggio-like part, and there's also a little time change to feed you guys like that. I love eating time signature changes. Or is it like a tempo change? Who knows? Let's just listen to this. Okay, that was He's Racing Thoughts by Y2570. I saw in the chat, Aiden Boy put how you're supposed to pronounce the word Might I. I don't know how to read that, I'm gonna be honest. Like, okay, it's like that thing where, like, you mispronounce a word and they're like, oh yeah, that's not how you pronounce it. It's like, okay, well, then how do you pronounce it? And then they put the same thing, but, like, they put an accented letter instead. So it's like, I don't know how to read accent letters. Like, I don't know how they're supposed to be pronounced. I don't, like, that's not very typical in at least my language. So it's like, what am I supposed to, yeah, like, what am I supposed to do with that kind of letter? Like, I get it, but it's like, I get it's supposed to be pronounced different, but I don't know how it sounds because I've never heard anybody ever say it outside of, like, not, like I've never seen someone, like, go through the steps of, like, pronouncing that word. Anyways, the next song is Chill Current by Arztiser. I thought it was Arztiser, but the Z is before the T, so I don't actually know how to pronounce this name. Anyways, the description states nothing. There's just social links. There's like 4 of them. I'll just make up my own description. This is a song, yeah. Anyways, let's listen to this. Okay, that was pretty short. Um, so, like, you all are trying to figure out how to pronounce cafe, and it's like, well, okay, if you think about it, cafe is supposed to, pronounce that I've always heard people pronounce it as cafe, so I always assume that's just how you pronounce it. But if you say, like, cafe, it's like, I don't know, that doesn't sound right, but it sounds more similar to coffee in a way. So it's like, oh, maybe that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. It's not like you pronounce, like, coffee as cafe or something like that, like to match, like, cafe. Actually, wait. I think I might be thinking of something from, like, an eternity ago. That, like, the green tea cafe video, like, clip from, like, some anime or something. I don't even know what it was. I just remember my friend sending me that. Anyways, the song's called Nouns with Memories. The description states, hey, so, the human mind kinda sucks because sometimes you'll see a noun and you'll have bad memories attached to a good noun. Anyways, here's a fun noun. Music. Nouns. There's a lot of them in, Tournament 7. Yeah. Anyways, let's listen to the song. Okay, that was Nouns with Memories. So I was in the middle of thinking about that, and I was like, well, like listening to that, and I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, uh, so yesterday we had a beatbox tournament round one live stream that lasted for about 5 hours because there was like 54 songs to listen to, and I was in that for like half of it. I was there for like the first couple hours, and then I came back at like right at the end of the last, like right after the last song. Um, but yeah, I was there as a co-host. So if you're interested in that, I can link that in Beatbox. Actually, I don't really need to link that because that's in the announcements channel. But it was pretty fun. There's a lot of songs in that one. So if you're ever bored and need something to listen to, then you can go ahead and listen to all of that. Anyways, we're gonna be looking at the next song, which is uh, I don't know if you're supposed to say each individual letter, if you're supposed to say that is like a word. Sev 8192 by Chromosoze. This is the second song by this person. I think this is the one of the only two songs on by this person in the stream. But yeah, what's the description? It says, "Oh my god, this game can play My Die notes. New adventures is so peak." And okay, when I was saying, "Oh my god," I was thinking to myself like the warrior thing where he's like, "Oh my god." Yeah, anyways, we're gonna listen to this now. Okay, that was CEV8192 underscore. Anyways, so I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at the T7 chat channel in the BeepBox Discord, which is exclusive to Tournament 7 participants. Somebody was posted a screenshot of Foul Garden's like tweets on like, I think it's either Blue Sky or Twitter, I couldn't really tell. And they were like, wow. They were like, sorry for Foul Garden being down. We're kind of trying to upgrade the servers and make optimizations and stuff like that. We weren't expecting Foul Garden to like grow so much within the last year, and I was like, I wonder why. I wonder why Foul Garden has grown a lot in the last year. It couldn't be because like what's it called? Ultrabox kind of like broke everything. No, it could be that. Anyways, we're gonna be listening to this next song, which is Blown to Bits by chillshantie, which I think is in the chat. They might have left by now, actually. But we're gonna be listening to the song by them now. Wait, is there a description? There's a description. Let me read the description. I don't have a new beep to share, so I figured why not just resubmit then. This is a remix of Crash Band stage from Mega Man 2, one of my favorite Robot Master stage themes. Enjoy. I played Mega Man 2. I nearly beat the game, so I actually should recognize this song if I listen to it, like, you know, for long enough. It's just kind of like, I haven't played Mega Man 2 in like a month, so it's like, I don't know. I have like goldfish memory. Let's listen to it. Yep, I recognize that song. It took me a minute, but yeah, I know that song. I remember it, I think, somewhat. My memory is somewhat bad. But, yeah, that was good. I feel like since, you know, Mega Man 2 is a game that released on the NES, you probably could just recreate all the sound effects without needing samples, because the samples took like 5 attempts to load, because Foul Garden is having a moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the samples, like the sound effects are using like fourth pulse and like square waves and stuff like that. But it doesn't really matter. Let's go into the next song. That would be 12. His Racing Heart by White250. This is the third song that's about racing. There's a lot of racing songs today, which I don't know. Let's read the description. I have this thing where I make music in duos. Maybe not all the time, but I like doing that. At least with naming. How much they sound like is debatable. But here's the one. The first one of his racing body duo. Yeah, this is the description that we were reading that we were supposed to read before, but we ended up reading after the second song. So yeah. Uh, let's listen to this song. You can race without cars. Come on, like foot races, horse races, uh, go kart races. Like you don't need cars to race. Like come on. Anyways, let's listen to this song. Okay, that was his racing heart. Yeah, I definitely sounds like racing, but I like racing. So yeah, this is somewhat unrelated, but like I've been like I'm not. This is probably not like the greatest thing to randomly say, but I'm like I sometimes watch like anime, just for fun, and it's like Okay, let's watch this random anime. What's it called? Uma Musume or whatever it is. It's like horse racing or something like that, but they're like humans. It's kind of weird. But I watched and I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. And like ever since it's been like, wow, I've seen a lot of racing stuff for some reason. It's like reading my mind for some reason. It's like you gotta watch racing now. It's like your thing, even though I don't really care. Yeah, the gotcha horse racing game. Could play just HRT instead, but who cares? I don't. I actually haven't played the mobile game. I only seen like a couple episodes of the anime. But yeah, let's watch the next. Not watch. Let's listen to the next song. That would be "Humbug" by Dragon Coder 047. If you saw the list, there are 3 songs in a row that by Dragon Coder. How do we have a problem? It doesn't say I have a problem anywhere. Anyways, let's listen to the song. Oh, the description. This one is meant to be looped into itself. Well, I feel like a lot of things are meant to be looped into itself, but we are going to ignore that and listen to the song. Yep, it needed to be looped. I don't care though. Yeah, this song and I think it's the next one are both like around 30 seconds long. So that's the reason these 2 songs are the like only reason why there's 17 songs today instead of 15, because these songs are really really short, and it's like, how am I supposed to? I can't make content out of short songs. I absolutely can, but I can't like review songs that are only like 30 seconds long, even though we're already almost an hour into this and we still have like 4 songs to go, and like 3 of them are like 3 minutes long. Don't mind that. We're gonna be listening to this anyways. I think a lot of the just this song being this stream being longer is because I keep yapping about stuff that isn't even related to the song, like the songs, like me talking about gotcha games for like 2 seconds. Who cares? Let's listen to the song, which is called Knockout by Dragon Coder again. This description says it's in 7/8. Oh, I love odd type signatures. If you can manage to use those type of signatures like in the right way, it's just like amazing, honestly. So yeah, let's listen to this song. Oh, well, that was fast. Yeah. No, I was expecting this. I didn't realize that 10 of the seconds in the song was going to be empty space at the end. But who cares? That was the shortest song I think that has been on this radio so far. Even IP Longer song was longer than that. But yeah, not terrible. I just feel like it should have been like 50 minutes longer. By 50 minutes, that's like, hyperbole. I'm talking about like just, make it a little bit longer. It could be like a minute or 2 long. It doesn't need to be like 10 seconds long. Anyways, the next song, Beeptonians. It is blasphemous to see an unfinished beep and want to add on to it. What? It's not blasphemous at all. If you want to edit someone else's song, then give full credit and be like, yeah, this is your song. If like, I feel like it'd be, kind of, I don't know how to describe it. What's the word I'm looking for, actually? I don't know. I'd feel like kind of glad that someone likes my song enough to be able to want to make edits to it to make it like better in their own way. But like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Anyways, this next song is Untitled by Dragon Coder, and it has a description that states, I had a lots of fun making this. Also, I didn't know I had to shorten the link. Oh, wait, no, that's the next song, actually. Wait. Oops, I forgot. There's two songs right next to each other called Untitled. This one actually is just called Untitled. The next one just didn't have anything in the title field, so I just put Untitled again. So I got those mixed up. My bad. Anyways, let's listen to this song and make sure it's the right one. It is. Okay, that was Untitled. I know everybody was focusing on like the melody and stuff, but when I heard the drums, I was like, oh wow, that's just like a very, very basic drum beat for the entire thing. It's like, hold on, I can literally like tell you exactly how it is. Just like, it's literally like boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. It's like that. Like, literally, the entire drum beat for the entire song. I don't know. That's just kind of like a me problem when like, oh, I forgot to song play this. When like songs don't exactly have the most complex drum beats. Yeah, snare hat, drum hat. I usually call that just boots and cats in. Yeah. It's pretty easy to, yeah, do that. But, you know, I like songs with kind of complex drum, like, rhythms that aren't just kind of kick hat, snare. Yeah, pretty much. I just call it whatever. You put snare hat, drum hat. Yeah, that's definitely it. No, it's kick hat, kick hat, snare hat. Yeah. I'm not very good at talking. Anyways, this next. That's too far. Wait, no, go back. One. No, wait. I accidentally. No. I accidentally copied the wrong title. This one. There we go. This one's also called Untitled by a person that is not in the BeepBox Discord. At least I don't think. I looked up hello slash, like, you know, like colon slash backslash, but I couldn't find them. I don't know who this is. I actually have I genuinely have no idea who made the song, but we're gonna listen to it anyways. I actually haven't been able to listen to it at all because I prepared this like 2 minutes before stream started. So we're gonna listen to this song, and you are going to like it. I don't know what it sounds like though, so you just pretend like I know what it is. Description states, I had lots of fun making this. Also, I didn't know I had to shorten the link. That's just kind of like back-end thing. Someone accidentally put the unshortened link into the submission field. Let's just listen to the song now. Okay, that's absolutely laughing. That is definitely laughing. You could tell by like at the end because the echo because it's isolated, but that's like a laugh, I think, or maybe it might be like something else. Let's listen. Actually, where is that? No, that's not it. Is it this? Yeah. Shut up! Don't care. Anyways, that was that song. I felt like the melody was kind of getting repetitive to a point once it got to like it was just playing this like several times. Like, yeah, I feel like this could definitely a lot of ones here. This definitely could use it with a bit more what's it called? Uh just general stuff, like generally more variety here. Anyways, the next song is let me get the title. I am on Discord, not OBS. I need to do the right thing. There we go. Cat Swing by Neptendo. You should have submitted this a couple weeks ago. I would have covered it on the friggin' like the Tenor live stream. Come on. That would have been like awesome. More songs that are like Deltarune? Like, are you kidding me? I would have like absolutely loved to put this on there, but it was like 17 songs after that. Like, come on. Please! Why didn't you do this earlier? Anyways, the description states, Deltarune Chapter 4 spoilers. Well, you know what? Nah, I don't feel like doing that. I'm not gonna switch to Tenor right now. We're just gonna listen to this song and be like awesome, you know? Because Nep is actually pretty good with songs, but they use a lot of samples. Well, who cares? Let's listen to the song. Nep! Oh, it just ended. Okay. That was cool. I'm gonna be honest. I have played all of Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. I didn't like do all the secret stuff, but I do not remember a song anything like this in the game, unless I completely missed it. Like, was there a song called Cat Swing in Deltarune? I don't think there ever was. If there is, then I just completely missed it. Like I astronomically missed it. Okay, then it shouldn't really be spoilers all that much if you have no, like, if you could beat the entire game without actually even seeing it or knowing where it is. It's chapter 2. What? It's a secret after you beat chapter 4. What? Huh? I'm so confused. What do you mean it's a secret after chapter 4? Do you have to go back to a previous chapter to play it? Like, to find it? You re-enter the... Oh! What? Oh! I didn't think about that. I never thought about just going back into the save. It's from Earthbound. Yeah! It's from Earthbound! Anyways, that was the last song. I don't know what to talk about now. From the canceled Mother 3 localization. That's a good one. Yeah, okay. You can go to... Oh, is this some type of, like, thing that happens? Oh, yeah, cast... I'm an idiot. How did I forget about that? Well, you know what? Let's just, like, stop the stream right here, you know? I don't really have anything to talk about. There's no more songs left to look at. I don't have an outro song. Let's just listen to, what's it called? See you next time again. Let's see. Come on, Gelly. You are, like, the saving grace. Please, give me the really good song. Now. Okay, let's play this. I'm not even gonna put it in the song player. Let's just listen now.
Bye.